Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It's Monday, March the 24th. As always, on a nice Monday Monday. Chip Chirimbes, Doug Upstone joining me. We'll talk at some NBA today. Free picks for Monday night. But before we get to that, you know what we got to do here. You hit the like button, number one. First thing you do, hit the like, come in, be like, oh, it's Doug, Sean, and Chip. Got to hit the like. The guys here. Then I'm going to leave a comment. Man, you guys stink with these picks. Man, you guys are great with these picks. Man, Sean never shuts up. Whatever the comment is, get the comment going. We do that. Notification bells on so you know when we post the free pick videos. NBA, although we're going to sweep today because we're 33 and 36. We're going to get to 500. We're going to go on a run here with the playoffs right around the corner here for the NBA. College basketball, we are 40 and 32 with the free pick videos, and the live show is Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern. So these are the free picks for our premium action and all of our top plays. You know what to do. GamblersWorld.net, our sponsor site. Go check it out. You'll find Doug, Jim, myself, all of our top plays there. Whether it's a CBI, who knows? Maybe somebody had some kind of degenerate game going at 12 noon here between Incarnate Word and Jacksonville. I did not, though. I did not have a noon Monday game in the CBI. But you never know. We got NIT still. College basketball heating up, Sweet 16 action, NBA, Major League Baseball. I happen to have a six-pack up already for Thursday. That's how I roll. Anyway, the premium plays are at gamblersworld.net. $69.99 for a day pass. College Hoops March Madness package is up now. 3 7:30 packages guaranteed. Show you a profit over that time, or you credit you back. And here it is right now, the buy three, get one. So if you get a 3-day pass, you get the fourth day for free. It ends tomorrow. I'm just letting you know, if you buy it tomorrow, you know you're going to probably get, I'm no math guy, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's 3 for 4. You'll get both Sweet 16 days. That might be better as opposed to worrying about some random Cleveland State game tonight versus, Queens, North Carolina. I'm just saying, you want to get it by tomorrow, 6 o'clock, get all of the Sweet 16 college basketball action, plus all other sports included in the 3 for 1. Can't beat it. Go get it. Only good till tomorrow, 6 o'clock. I'll talk about that more tomorrow as well. There we go. It's Monday. We had a plethora of college basketball games across several tournaments over the weekend. One people only care about. We got Sweet 16 action. Nothing really out of the ordinary. We have the favorites go 30 and 10 on Thursday and Friday. The weekend they go 11 and 5, although they don't cover as much, but still on the season. We're more ATS kind of guys. 54% for the faves. Not sexy at 26-22, but they've been, if you're a favorite guy, you probably had a nice weekend. If you're a over bettor, you kind of took it on the chin most of the weekend, the whole 4 days. 57% doggies. But, Chipper, what did you think about the weekend college basketball?
Well, I feel like the Milwaukee Bucks, in a way. I mean, you want to talk about inconsistency. I mean, you start out Thursday was terrible for me when you lose your top play, 1 and 3, go 4-0 on Friday, come back with a 4-1 on Saturday, and then yesterday go 2 and 3, losing my best bet again. Fortunately, the NBA has come back to me, and we're hitting our best bets, and we've had 4 out of 5 winning days in the NBA. But very inconsistent, Sean, very disappointed yesterday. Sometimes, when you make an evaluation of a game, you're looking at one, and for one reason or another, you switch or go not to the opposite side of the same game, but to another selection, and it just didn't work out for me on Sunday particularly.
Those, they happen sometimes.
Yeah.
It happens. Doug, how was your little tournament week here in the weekend?
Everything I was, generally speaking, I was pleased with how things turned out. The other thing I wasn't pleased about is something that you often bring up is that, you talk about, putting things in the rearview mirror, so you got the, you're looking out the windshield and you see the rearview mirror, just a little thing you look back at and stuff like that. Well, I had 2 pushes this weekend and pushes aren't losses. I get that. But I had 2 pushes that with Houston and last night with Oregon, and just both of them left a really bad taste in my mouth. So I'm just thinking, as opposed to you're looking at the mirror through the car, I'm in my bathroom looking at the mirror, and I can't see anything around at all. And so it's just bugging the crap out of me that I got 2 pushes. One of them I could have taken, but 2 of them, come on. So, but like I say, all in all, a good weekend with college basketball. I think 47 and 29 the last 31 days, I think it is, in college basketball. This month, 50 and 30. 60 and 33 this month. From a profit standpoint on units, that's over 6,300. And I'm trying to hang with Chip. 9-2 recently in the NBA. So doing my best there.
NBA guy. I actually did do an NBA game today, but for me, no thank you with these NBAs. We're talking about 3 NBA games. We'll get to them in a second. I'm going to bring up one that I didn't use today for the show for us, but I'll talk about. I started out the tournament. I did a 5-4 on Thursday, a 2-3 on Friday. Good weekend now. I ended up going 8-3, 5-2, and then wrapped up with a 3-1 yesterday. My loss was in the NIT at Irvine, but like I said, I was kind of struggling a little bit, and I was not like Chip saying. Sometimes you go off a team. Like I was a little hesitant to just go crazy firing away on a bunch of things because when you're not hitting them, you just kind of stick to your better plays.
Yeah.
So if I turn the corner, it's a nice little tournament. I'll take it, and we're on to the next day, and here we go. But
let me just add one thing. This has nothing to do with tournament directly because it's one of these things that nobody cares about pretty much. But it was interesting to me. Yesterday, the NIT underdogs went 6-0 yesterday against the spread, and 7-1 for the second round. So that's and those are road games too. All the teams that covered were
True road games.
Yep.
And that's what I was saying. Like I was kind of looking at games I didn't really pull triggers on. That and even in the CBI with some of those underdogs, I was like, I just couldn't come in and jump on a bunch of dogs over the weekend because
Army. You couldn't decide between Army and Elan, Sean. That's come on. What are you doing? Army and Elan? It's like a
even
gift.
Today, Army's getting 10, but it's that one though looks like it's a little too much because with a service academy, whether it's football or basketball, you're going to get a good effort. So that seems like a whole lot of points to give to a team, But whatever. It's I'll probably watch that. That's on some kind of streaming.
Yes.
Thing.
Is it Flow?
Flow
Yeah.
for the.
Yeah,
we got a game live right now. I didn't know. I thought what the Word was winning early. Anyway, Chip's like incarnate Word. It's in San Antonio. So let's talk some NBA here. And we got 3 games tonight, but one of them again. I didn't do this yesterday because I was like, Lakers are playing the Magic, guys. So I saw they were 3.5, 4. It's basically that now, and I'm thinking to myself, this is real fast for me to kind of take a dig at Lakers fans. How do you lose by 40? LeBron and Luka are supposed to play today, and you're a 3.5-point favorite over Magic? Make it make sense. Chip, you're number one. How does that work?
Well, I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm just loving it because I'm using that as my top play today to match up between the Magic and the Lakers. And I thank you for bringing it up because this way I don't have to make an evaluation of the game and I could do a promo for my big play tonight. A Megabuck winner, by the way.
Go get it. There you go. Doug?
Yeah, it's an odds maker special to me. It's just like it doesn't make any sense. So that's why there's something to like there about Dallas. I mean, obviously Dallas is going to have the want to, okay, and not that Luka doesn't, and not that Luka doesn't. I'm not saying that because he clearly does. But so I think there's just enough there to go along with it. I mean, I wouldn't play the game myself, but I'm just trying to interpret what the odds makers are telling us. And it, like I said, it doesn't make any sense, which is probably the reason that it does.
So making sense for the top plays, gamblersworld.net. Little common sense, free picks here on Winner Circle YouTube. And we're going to get to one right now. We're going to stick with Doug here. Milwaukee Bucks, Phoenix Suns. I always hit the Arizona teams here for Doug. It's in his neck of the woods. He's got the old ear to the ground.
I do.
3-point doggies for the Bucks here, and they've won a couple games here. Total 223.5. They've won 2 in a row. All on a road though, right? This is their 4th road game in 6 or 7 nights. Suns are playing a little better. This is their 4th straight at home. They've won 3 in a row. Are they trying to do something here? I know probably Bradley Beal's out, but no shocker there. That guy's always out. What's your thoughts on this game, Doug?
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I'll be at that game tonight. Yes. So the
inside information. He can live bet. He'll be seconds ahead of the live stream.
It's just the in fact, this is hard. This is even hard for me to believe. I have never been to an NBA game in Phoenix. This is the first one I've ever been here, and I've lived here since 2003. So it's just I don't know. The fascination never got me, but being a Bucks fan, I always wanted to see Antetokounmpo, but it was always in the winter time when they were here, so it just didn't align with anything. So anyway, so get to go tonight. So for NBA detractors tonight, okay, Phoenix Suns, okay, I get it. Everybody that complains about the NBA makes perfect sense. The Phoenix Suns, for 66 games this year, they lollygagged around, okay, all season long. They didn't really care, or they certainly gave the appearance they didn't care. The players were indifferent to criticism. Mike Budenholzer, if you know anything about him, and the coach of Atlanta and with Milwaukee when they won the championship before coming to Phoenix, he's a player's coach. He's kind of one of those guys, never has heard a discouraging word. Okay, that's kind of his MO. But I've seen plenty of these press conferences of his after losses, and he's not biting his words, he's chewing them. Okay, that's how upset he is about this and with this team, because there's nothing going on. As you sometimes see on X and Twitter, the Suns have won 3 in a row. They've won 4 out of 5, and all of a sudden they care. They're now tied, but have the tiebreaker for the last wild card spot in the West at 34-27. Bucks coming to this one, no Damian Lillard for sure. He's out. Antetokounmpo questionable on this one, so backing Milwaukee is tough. I think this is a game that Suns have to win. It's -3. I think they're in a position to do it, and they better do it, okay? Because their next several contests, Boston, at Minnesota, Houston, at Milwaukee, at Boston, at New York, Golden State, Oklahoma City. Okay, not too many nights off there. No freebies on those. So you better win when you can, especially at home. Give me Phoenix -3.
Phoenix -3 official pick here. Doug Upstone. Again, get all of Doug's top plays at gamblersworld.net. And as you saw, the Shoot the Rock comes out on Thursdays. You don't want to miss out on that. Now, Chip Chirimbes, thoughts on the Suns and Bucks?
Doug, by the way, I'm very envious. You're going to get to see Durant and the Greek Freak tonight in person, up close. And I saw him play when Milwaukee came to Vegas last year, and it's a very impressionable player out there. His size is just so intimidating, so strong. By the way, Milwaukee's won 8 of the last 10, going 7-2 against the number during that span. And Phoenix, Doug, you put the nail on the head when you started mentioning their schedule. 10 of their next 11 games, they have 11 left, are against playoff teams or teams that are in front of them. So they still have a chance in spite of this absolutely horrendous season from them. People expected so much more, and they've been so disappointing. And yet, you may be able to see a playoff team tonight in action. But I would play Phoenix as well because of the need and the fact that they're favored against a team that's really hot right now, Milwaukee. But, Lillard's out, and things are the way they are. And Phoenix is just the type of team, although they're only 14-20 at home against the number, they may pull out the win. I have trouble laying the 3 points, but I'm going to take Phoenix.
There you go. Phoenix as well. I'll probably make it a trifecta here. Why wouldn't I? Who they have coming up, you better take care of business. Why am I in blurry mode? Am I on blurry? Is it just me, or is that everywhere? Anyway, we're blurred out. I am, but we'll keep going. You can't stop us. Free pick. Suns -3, and I'm back in focus here. Next game up, Chip Chirimbes will be looking at the Indiana Pacers, a 2-point favorite, total of 229.5 face of Minnesota Timberwolves. These guys just played on St. Patrick's Day, rolled up a whole mess of points,
right,
to the tune of 260, and even they got there with no into overtime. They were over the total before overtime anyway, folks. So that's to make a difference. This line has to come down from its opener, though. What is your thought on this one, Chip?
My first impression was that I was going to play the Vikings, or let me say the Timberwolves. And I thought I was going to have them. And the more research that I did on the game, it just moved me off it. But I still think that Minnesota would be the side. Indiana comes in, like you said, winning 4 in a row. But Minnesota actually has picked up their tempo of play as well. I'm surprised Minnesota's 41-31 on the year, and that's, to me, that's raising an eyebrow because of the trade getting rid of Towns. I really didn't think they'd fare or bode this well, but I guess Anthony Edwards, is that his name? He can play basketball, and
He's pretty good.
I would take Minnesota here. Though I'm definitely afraid of the Pacers. They don't need much. They're only favored by 2 here, so they can win by a bucket. 23-9 at home, though they're under 500 against the number. I don't know if the number's going to come into play here, but if you wanted them, I'd say I'd lay the money line with Indiana. But I am taking the points with the Timberwolves.
Mini plus the 2 for Chip here. Again, 33 and 36 for the show here with our free picks, the NBA. We'll get them right because Chip, number 1 in the NBA, so he knows what he's talking about here. He likes the T-Wolves plus 2. Doug, what do you think of this one here?
I'm going to go the other way on this one, and certainly not an overwhelming reasoning behind it. As Chip mentioned, both teams have been winning quite a bit lately, covering, Minnesota a little better than Indiana, just overall, but nothing great. Like I mentioned, these teams played a week ago. Minnesota lost at home by 2 points in that one. In this game, though, I'm seeing that Anthony Edwards' list is questionable. And so I went to a few more sites because I'm finding that the information that's out there is not exactly reliable on a consistent basis. So a couple other sites said that he's probably better than 50-50 chance he'll play with a thumb laceration on his shooting hand. Okay, that doesn't sound like a good thing, but sounds like he'll play. And they haven't played since Friday. They haven't played since Friday on this one. But I'm going to go with the Pacers here, and the reason that convinced me enough here: home teams that have allowed 105 or fewer points in 2 straight games against an opponent coming off a game in which they scored 130 or more. They are 35-11 against the number. As Chip mentioned, this is a short spread on this one. So give me Indy -2 over Minnesota.
Doug's going the opposite. He likes Indiana. The official play, though, is the Twins for record-keeping purposes. The Twins. Well, the Twins will be on Thursday against whoever they're playing. We're talking the Timberwolves here. That's where my mind's at. I'm all in baseball here for NBA. Minnesota Timberwolves +2 official pick. I can't even come in with a tiebreaker here because I'd probably say the under because the line moving there tells me you're right. Probably Anthony Edwards not in the lineup today. The line comes down a little bit. I'd lean under again. I'm not playing this. Official pick, Minnesota Timberwolves +2. Get all of Doug's and Chip's and my premium action at gamblersworld.net. You don't want to miss out on that. The 4 for 3 is up. Buy 3-day pass, get the 4th day free. Good till tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. You don't miss out on that. And again, the March Madness package is there, but let's forget about that, folks. Let's move on to maybe a 30-day package. Then you'll get all the college basketball, NBA playoff push, Major League Baseball goes Thursday, and it is guaranteed we show you a profit or we credit you back over that time. There you go. You can't go wrong. We save you a little money with a longer pass, and we make you a little money when we win. Final game on the docket today. Late game in Sacramento, the Boston Celtics, 3.5-point favorite, total of 223.5. I thought this was going to go up. It has come down a little bit. Brown didn't play last night. Holiday was out. Porzingis was out. You figure it's a back-to-back spot. They sit out one game, play another. Maybe they're not playing here, which is why the line came down. The Kings, to me, coaching change. It looked good for a second, right? Like, look at this. We're winning games. The coach was bad. He was terrible. Yeah, where are you happy? I was just looking at – I got a Kings over 46.5 win total. Yeah, they're not winning 10 in a row down the stretch. I'm a loser. That was like 250 to lose like 375 or something. Right down the drain there, Sacramento. Thank you very much. And I'm not taking here. You've lost, 6 of 8. You're done. You tried to bring the Bulls team to Sacramento. I don't know why. The Bulls haven't been good since the 90s. What were you thinking? It's not like you brought in Jalen Rose when he was 23 from 2010 or whatever the hell when he was there. This is a bad team. Give me the Celtics here. I will lay the 3.5. Guys sit out. I don't care. They're still the better team. They won 5 in a row, 10 in their last 11. There's no quitting these guys. That's a team you think we'll take a day off. I don't know if we can catch Cleveland. No, that's the pedigree of where the Celtics are and where the Kings are. The Kings are down here. Woe is me. The sky's falling. Everybody sits out. We don't want to play. I'll lay the points on the road. Celtics -3.5. Doug Upstone, thoughts?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing you were on that with Porzingis and Holiday. I thought one of them would play tonight, and maybe, like I said, maybe they're not. But Boston, like you said, is 10-1, and and typically when Boston plays crappy, okay, it's either they're a 10 or 12-point favorite and they just don't show up. Okay, usually in these games they do a better job, and Sacramento, Sabonis is out. All right, so that doesn't help them, and he's not a great defender. He's a really good rebounder, a good offensive player. He's okay on defense, nothing great. But this team, they've lost 7 of 10. They're 2-5 in their last 7. And instead of the Kings, they should be called the court jesters for how they're playing defense. Okay, these days. In their last 7, in 7 of their last 7 games, they've given up. In 7 of their last 8, they've given up 52% or higher shooting percentage, and the game that they fell below it was at 49%. Okay, so they are playing no defense whatsoever. Let Boston, these guys with the pride coming off the bench, non-starters, opportunity to just score a bunch of points against a bad team. Give me Boston.
2 for 2. Chip Chirimbes, thoughts?
Well, this second meeting, I mean, they met earlier this year, and prior to that game, Boston had won 6 straight between the two of them. Sacramento somehow pulled out a win at Boston, at the Boston Garden. But listen to this. Sacramento, you said you've had a bad season with them looking for them to play over. How about against the number? They've only covered 12 of 35 home games. I mean, that's outrageous. I mean, and here you have them only getting 3.5 from Boston, kind of suspect. But I think it probably goes under because, the way you said they're not playing any defense, they're giving up all the points. So to be the Antichrist, I'm going to play this game under the total.
Chip likes the under. Official show pick, Celtics -3.5 for me. Also, recapping, Minnesota +2 from Chip. Suns -3.5 from Doug. I like Boston -3.5. Before we run out of here, and I give you a rundown of where to get our best bets. Chip, this day in sports, it's back. Yeah. We got baseball coming. There'll be a lot of stuff coming up now in this day in sports. Anything?
Well, I have a couple of interesting things, some in baseball, some in basketball, and actually a boxing stat for you, too. 1956, on this date, the San Francisco Dons, the Dons, won their 2nd straight national championship, back-to-back with Bill Russell and Casey Jones, who went on to play with Boston and win 11 of 13 championships while they were there. An amazing run for Bill Russell as a winner in college basketball. And 6 years later, not to be outdone, University of Cincinnati won their 2nd straight national championship. As they had a guy named Jerry Lucas going head-to-head with Twyman, and it was an incredible thing. They beat Ohio State 71-69. Lucas was in 3 straight NCAA finals. Now, when I was younger, they used to have Friday nights, they used to have boxing matches coming out of Madison Square Garden. And I'll never forget this because this was the first nationally televised event where they had replay. And this was on 1963 when Emil Griffin was fighting Benny the Kid Perrette. And Perrette had been taunting Griffin the entire week, saying how he was gay and there were all kinds of problems with that. And there was an issue at the time. Benny the Kid Perrette was killed in the ring. Well, he died 10 days later, but I remember going just on a Friday. I remember going to school on Monday, and he was still surviving at that time. And they had to drill, and the talk was how they were drilling holes in his brain to relieve the pressure. Emil Griffin hit him 36 consecutive times. He was propped up against the corner, and the officials didn't throw out the towel or anything. Great criticism for that. 36 consecutive blows to the head. And Emil Griffin was a pretty strong guy. And by the way, staying with boxing, in 1975, this is the date that Ali beat Chuck Webner, which was the basis for Rocky. And that was kind of interesting. Now, also in 2019, you're going to love this, a guy by the name of Mike, I call him Mickey Trout, 427 million contract, and he's still got 6 years to go. Aren't the Angels happy about that? And in 1986, Jimmy Connors got suspended and fined for walking off the court and leaving a match against Lendell because he was upset about the officials' calls. So officials' calls still are a bit of controversy, no matter what sport you're playing in. Now they have, of course, the graphics and replays in most sports as it is. But that was it for March 24th, and I think the fact that I just remember that Emil Griffin, Benny Perret thing. I saw it, and it's kind of impactful when you're a teenager to see that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's that. I mean, where's the official on that one? I mean, that's
he was hung up. His arms had him hung up on against the post, and he couldn't fall. He couldn't fall, and Griffin just kept hitting him.
Yeah,
and
just not.
So Ernie Griffith,
Emil Griffith. Yeah, he was just my goodness.
TH. Yeah. Well, speaking of officials, just to get a quick thought on you, do you think that the guy for Colorado State, who'd Colorado State lose to at the buzzer? Maryland. Sorry, Maryland. Do you think he walked or no on that winning shot?
Yes. He took 3 steps.
Yeah, that's. I didn't. I saw it live, and that was my first impression that he walked.
Yeah. But the NBA, he thought he was in the NBA, so it was right.
I mean, he's preparing for the NBA. So yeah, I thought he walked. I was surprised. I mean, I know Gene Salator. He, you still have to be a mouthpiece to go along with people in these broadcasts, but I thought it was traveling. I mean, I didn't have any action. The game didn't matter to me. It just looked like he walked.
I had a McQueen over 16 points. So I think that pushed it over his total. I was like, oh, that's a loser. And then all of a sudden, he's the guy who hits the game winner. Unbelievable. Oh, man. All right, listen, we're going to recap here. Boston -3.5, Suns -3, Minnesota +2. Those are the free picks. All right. For our best bets, head to gamblersworld.net. It says right here, subscribe, like, notification bell on, so you know when Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast comes at you and releases our free pick videos Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss out on them. And also the live show on Friday. Our best bets are at gamblersworld.net. NBA, college hoops, soon to be baseball. Head on over there, get it. The 3 for 4, the 4 for 3, the buy 3, get 1, however you want to word it, is up right now. I say wait till after midnight. That way you get both Sweet 16 knees. That's just me. You'll get both Sweet 16s and opening day Major League Baseball. I'm trying to help. Gentlemen, good to see you. I was Googling looking for Emil Griffith. There's a second Emil Griffith boxer too, and he's I don't even know. I typed it in. There's some guy who fights now or a couple of years ago. Anyway, good stuff as always from Chip with Disdain Sports. Gentlemen, I will see you later this week. Good luck to you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.